The following is a presentation of the Hello Chicago Network.
Hello, Chicago Network is on the air. Hello, everybody. I'm Ryan Yanishatis, and it's time to focus for this Friday, January the 9th. Let's start things off. Hope everyone had a good week. One more day to relax. I know football's on the brain. We'll get to that in the final segment, but let's start things off with a surprisingly good Blackhawk team. For the Hawks, only one game this week. They played it against the St. Louis Blues. They went into the final of 7-3, and it played very well. I mean, even in this one, the goalie tried to get pulled, and the backup goalie wanted nothing to do with the Chicago Blackhawks. So therefore, they didn't get a chance to pull the goalie, did St. Louis, but the Blackhawks come out. They do what they need to do. Connor Bedard close to coming back. They get a nice W. They're about, 1 or 2 points away from a playoff spot. The Mammoth are one of the big teams that are trying to catch. So they're in it in the Western Conference, and it's very fun to watch. And if they win this team isn't even healthy yet. The fact they're doing this, the fact they have Spencer Knight as the goalie, and you get this team healthy and ready to go, and they're feeling each other. They got the veterans like Foligno, and then you got the young guys like Bedard and all these other guys. They're playing good hockey, and they're going to make it interesting following football season, because you don't know where the Bulls are going to be, but at least the Blackhawks are going to do something to make it look exciting. So the Blackhawks win 7-3 on Wednesday. We're going to preview the next week because, again, Monday's show will be a Bears focus only, recapping the wild card game, and then we'll catch you up on all Chicago sports a week from today, heading into Cub Convention weekend. Friday, tonight they're home against the Capitals, 7 p.m. As of now, that game's still on, and we'll talk to you about that in a minute. Saturday, they're at Nashville. Both those games at 7 p.m. on Chicago Sports Network. Monday, home against Edmonton at 7:30, and Thursday, home against the Flames, 7:30 on Chicago Sports Network. So should be fun to see where this Blackhawk team is. When we return a week from today, Connor Bedard be back on the ice. So it'll be fun to see where this team is. They're entertaining, and that's exactly what you want to see. You want to see exciting hockey back at the Madhouse like it was 10 years ago. Also, congratulations to Patrick Kane. Got his 500th. I don't think it was his 500th goal. It was the 500th point goal. But congratulations nonetheless on a great career, even though he did it with the Red Wings. For Patrick Kane. We're going to take a time out here on the Hello Chicago Network. When we come back, we got to focus on the Bulls and something we've never said in the almost 5-year history of the Hello Chicago Network. That's coming up next here on the Hello Chicago Network. They get the field goal with 2 minutes left. You're like, oh, that's dumb. Why didn't they do it before the 2-minute warning? Then they get the onside kick. Then they get the touchdown. Then they get the ball. And Caleb Williams does exactly what he does in the fourth quarter. Touchdown, Bears win. I blacked out. I don't remember celebrating. My dad came out of the bedroom saying he almost had a heart attack.
The boys are back in town. Boys are back in town. I said the boys are back in town.
Yes, Raise the Bar TV. I joined Brandon on Thursday, talked a lot of sports. So I got a chance to talk with him. So if you want to check that out, if you're watching this on Raise the Bar TV, Thursday nights, Raise the Bar, Brandon had me on as a guest, and we talked about everything. Even gave my take on the Cubs. We're not going to get into baseball until February when hockey gets slow. So saving it for that. I'll give you my take on the Cubs and all that trade. But I do talk about the trade this week for the Cubs that I think is huge, and they do need one more piece. Hopefully they'll get that. So we get through that. And now let's talk. It's time for a Bulls focus. 3 scheduled games this week for the Bulls. Monday, they lose to the Celtics 115-101. Wednesday, they lose to a Piston team that didn't even have anyone in the lineup. They lose at 108-93. And then Thursday, getting ready for tip-off against the Miami Heat. Apparently there was it was the court was wet from the 50-some degrees it was outside to with the rink under it, so no precipitation and the concentration, or I can't think of the word, but the wet floor, they end up postponing the game 2 hours later. Ladies and gentlemen, that might be the only time I get a chance to say this on the Hello Chicago Network. The Chicago Bulls NBA franchise got rained out. Yeah, I said it. So that one will be made up. I'm sure a lot of people are joking that it'll be made up before the play-in game, because these two teams meet almost every year in the play-in. So we'll see what happens there. But the Bulls lose 2 in a row. John Morant now a possibility. I don't know if the Bulls are going to be buyers or sellers. There's teams looking at Kobe White, so it should be exciting to see which way, or I don't know if it's exciting or not, to see which way the Bulls go. Are they going to opt in to once again get in the play-in? Are they going to sell and build around Giddey and Mozelius? We'll have to see. But those questions will be answered by the trade deadline. What is that, in a month from now? So hopefully we'll get answers. This team always hovering around the 500 mark, hovering around that play-in. So we'll see what they do. But the Bulls lose the 2 games they play and then get rained out. Yes, rained out on Thursday. Their games for the week, only 3. Saturday hosting the Mavericks, which have been a debacle. Cooper Flagg will be in town. They also got, or they did trade Luka Doncic, and I believe they have Kyrie Irving, but I don't know, he might be hurt. And then Tuesday at the Rockets, and then Wednesday home against the Jazz, 7 p.m. on Chicago Sports Network for all 3 of those games. So the Bulls will try to get back into it. We're going to take a time out. When we come back, we're going to preview Bears-Packers wild card weekend. It's on everyone's mind. But first, it's time for the most important focus. It's time for the Ryan Focus. Oh, yes. The NFL playoff bracket. Of course, we're in the middle of 5 straight days of football, college football last night, college football tonight. And then you start with the NFL playoffs tomorrow. You got the Rams and the Panthers, the early game, and then the big one. It's going to be Bears Packers. Let's get into a Bears focus. That is right. Coming up tomorrow night, Bears, Packers, wild card weekend, Soldier Field, 7 p.m., Amazon Prime, going to be the game. Could be the biggest match. I know these two teams met in the NFC Championship game, but this could turn the tide of the rivalry. As a Chicago sports fan, I've been worried, concerned all week, but it's not the same Packer team. It's not Aaron Rodgers. It's not Brett Favre. It's a Jordan Love that hasn't had playoff success except for a game against the Dallas Cowboys. And he's coming off 2.5 weeks off. Yeah, that could be great. And he might be great, but he could also be rusty. And then Josh Jacobs, and he's talked some trash, and Nixon's talked trash, how they wanted the Bears. Packer fans have wanted the Bears. They have asked for this. They are getting it. They're getting their wish, and they might get exactly what they want. Or they could not. They could be asking for something they don't know they want. Roma Dunze's back. Burden's in. Looks like the defense is going to be getting there. This is a team that obviously the defense concerns me. If they can stop the run, stop Green Bay. That's the key thing. You got to stop them. The defense has been terrible the last couple of weeks. That's got to be the doubt right now for the Chicago Bears fans, is going in. I mean, the Bears are going in on a 2-game losing streak. The Packers are going in on a 4-game losing streak. Both these teams' last wins are against each other. And one of these two teams, their next win is going to be against the opposing team. So it's going to be interesting. And I know there's been a lot of trash talk by the Packers this week. I think the Packers are scared. I really think they are. They weren't expecting the Bears to be like this. And I know they want to come in. They want to come into Soldier Field, take care of business. But the fact of the matter is that the Bears need to play a complete game. We have not seen that yet this year. We haven't seen a complete game except the game against the Browns. Caleb Williams needs to come out here with an electric crowd at Soldier Field and take control. I said it yesterday on Raise the Bar TV. I think the Bears are going to end the first half with a double-digit lead. I think this is the Bears' time. This is the time for the rivalry to switch. If the Packers win, you still got to wait another whole offseason to finally, hopefully, for the tide to turn. If the Bears beat the Packers tomorrow night, the rivalry has shifted to the Bears. Case closed. And it's only going to get there because the Bears are only going to get better. This is year one, and I know people are saying they're playing with house money. That's not an excuse right now. Things have changed. Now we're not going to talk negative right now because you don't know. But lame excuse. Go in there. The expectations have risen since the season started. I had this team winning 8 games. This team won 11 in the NFC North. Go out there and play like the 2 seed and win. So we'll see what happens. I got a couple of notes. One, the referee crew for this game is the most penalized crew in the NFL. So that could be interesting and come into play in this game as always. And then this is an interesting stat I saw on it was on Twitter. I just want to read it. It's by CV3YT, Sherman Turner. He has a check mark, but that don't really mean anything anymore. But I just did some quick research, he says, ahead of the Bears-Packers matchup, and I found something very interesting. Since week 3, the Bears are 10-1 when they score at least 7 points. I'm just 7 points in the first half. The only loss came against the 49ers in week 17. In the same time frame, the Bears are 0-4. He corrected this. It's actually 1-3 when they score less than 7 points in the first half. They did have one against the Packers. What does this mean? No slow starts. That's what I said. Can't have a slow start. You got to, if you can't have the Packers come out and get momentum there because it'll take the crowd out of it and the advantage goes back to them. And I think so the 20 don't need to score 21 points plus in the first half. We just need to hit the ground running. And with the weather the way it's going to be, the way the Bears have had to watch film on how that game with Baltimore went. And Derrick Henry ran right down the Packers' throat. I think you need to do that again. You got 2 really good running backs, Kyle Monangai and DeAndre Swift. I think, and the way they did against Philly, it's going to be a run type of game. It's going to be playoff football. It is going to be exciting. And we'll see what can happen. Ben Johnson, he keeps all talking. You need to win this rivalry. It's not a must win, because I think the Bears are going in the right direction, but we're not talking negative. I don't give my eulogy until the season's over and it's not over. I've seen people pick the Bears to lose, and I've seen people pick the Bears to go to the NFC Championship game. I don't know if they're going to win or not because you don't know because of the inconsistencies. That's what takes them away from being a Super Bowl contender this year, but it's coming. But enjoy it, have fun, and let this rivalry switch back to Chicago, or for the first time in my life, to Chicago. And let's just do it, because again, if not, you have to deal with all the hubbubaloo, and I know I'm going to have to take it, but I'm not there yet. Let's enjoy tomorrow night. Everyone enjoy Bears football. Bears Packers. It'll be on Fox 32 in Chicago, Fox 6 in Milwaukee, Amazon Prime as well. So it should be a fun night of football. Brandon's going to join me. We're going to have solely a Bears focus on Monday. We'll update you on all the other Chicago sports coming up a week from today. As also it'll be heading into Cub Convention weekend. And of course, we don't have nothing announced yet for our next Fan Focus Live, because it all depends on what the Bears do. Because again, like we did with the Cubs, this is the second time we have a team in the playoffs, and we didn't have any for the first 5 years of this show. So we're going to enjoy it every chance we can. Everyone enjoy the weekend. Enjoy all the football, but enjoy Bears Packers. Should be I think it's going to be a close, competitive game. It'd be nice to not have it come down to the last play and have the Bears have a comfortable win. So everyone enjoy Bears Packers. We'll be back Monday. Brandon's going to join me as we will talk and recap Bears Packers wild card weekend. Everyone don't forget to like the video if you like what you hear. Comment below. Who do you think's going to win? Bears, Packers? I have no idea. I'm just going to enjoy the game and hope my team wins. Don't forget to subscribe to the Hello Chicago Network YouTube channel. Every Monday and Friday at 3:12 Central, we are focusing on Chicago sports. I'm Ryan Yannishatis from the Hello Chicago Network, where we're the focus of Chicago sports.